we're just talking about AI and how easy it is to fake things. And the importance of media literacy is now more than ever. And a lot of times, like, things will just like pop up on my Instagram or like, things. I'll just send them like, whatever. This might be like something, because sometimes they are real stories. Like, and Tony does always like try to do his due diligence when we talk about stuff. Like, he'll find an actual like article about it, like be able to like do, be able to have some like background on it where we're like, okay, this is real.
I try to make sure we're accurate in our news reporting.
As accurate as you're going to get for Scaredy Cast. Okay. So you know what that is. Like,
I'm not a journalist.
We're having a good time here.
All right.
Also, we're not like trying to add to the fake news.
Yeah.
Alternative facts.
Yeah.
So there's this account called Crazy Bitch Probs that I follow, and it posted this of like a before and after. And the caption is, in 2017, a man got 37 plastic surgeries and changed his name to date his ex-girlfriend after her restraining order. And then it even has like more like in like little paragraph things. Like, so it makes you be like, oh,
yeah,
like this might be like a real thing. So when Tony and I were talking about this before, we're like, oh, do we got like creep of the week or whatever? He's like, oh, I was like, well, what about the guy that like did all the surgery? He's like, I couldn't find anything about this. In this thing, it says that a man allegedly, see, this is how they get away with it.
Allegedly.
A man allegedly went under the knife 37 times and legally changed his name for one terrifying reason: stalk his ex-girlfriend without being recognized. The transformation was so extreme that even his inner circle didn't know who he was. By the time he approached her under a fake identity, he had effectively deleted his old self to bypass legal boundaries. So that's like a crazy story, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's in there. I wouldn't put it past someone to do that, honestly. Like, this is not something that I think anyone would maybe not do.
Right.
Because people are crazy. There's some plastic surgeries. That's a lot of money, though.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of surgeries.
A lot of surgeries. And especially like, what's the timeline? They don't ever say a name. Like, there's like a lot of different things.
And I mean, like,
how they get the before and after, if he like deleted his old
there's
stuff.
like recovery time too. Like, I'm sure you don't just get a nose job and the next day you're like, look at my new nose. Sometimes
you can like do multiple things at like once.
Yeah.
But 37 surgeries or 37, whatever. So then, Tony's like, hey, I couldn't find an article about that, so I don't think we should talk about it. And then I was like, well, let me see. And then I did see. So then I saw another example of that, but it was like with an Asian guy and saying like, same thing. In 2017, 37 surgeries. So be able to like blah, blah, blah. And then so PolitiFact came up. So just recently, within the last year, plastic surgery crime story originated on a self-described satire site. So this whole thing that has gone around multiple times under multiple different guises, there's different versions and it keeps on like recirculating, which happens a lot with like different stories like this too. Which also too, like if that was a real story, like I would understand like why people would repost it, because it's so like shocking.